Morning. You guess where I am again? Yep. I am at the Terry Cemetery trailhead one last time for this trip for sure, and hopefully I get out here maybe one more time this year. But I'm here pretty much to discover some of the stuff that my friends Carrie and Papa came out here a couple weeks ago and found. I don't have much to go by other than their videos, and at one time I seen an old hand-drawn map, which I don't remember much of now, but I'm trying to play catch-up on some of the exploration that they've done, so I can say that I've seen the same things. And the no business area is one of them areas that just call out to me. So said I've got a day to myself, and from the looks of things, I've got the whole place to myself. So I'm going to try to catch up on the items that my friends had found, and I just thought I'd bring you along. Okay. It is a beautiful morning, just a little bit above 50. A few little white puffy clouds, nice breeze. So it should be no humidity, so it should be a pretty good day. So I'm starting off down the Longfield Branch Trail. I can tell you, it took a lot of water compared to the last time I was here in late December. But this thing is pretty rough. And I am looking for a little road that branches right off of it. Oh, an old road that branches right off of it. And then we'll be off trail for a ways. So I think, or at least I hope, I am on what used to be one of the old roads that came in and out of no business. Of course, long since abandoned since the Park Service took over, but at least I hope I am going in the right direction. I think I'm going to go around this mess. Now, it is hard to say if I am on an old road anymore or not, but somebody has cleared it in places. There's another bigger nub running around here. It is. For some reason. But it is, at least nothing else, a path. So I still hope I am on the right track. Pretty cool rocks. I wish I had rock ledges like this at home in places. I just find them so fascinating. So I am still going downhill at a much steeper rate now, and there's a lot of big trees blocking the way. Well, that's kind of pretty. And I do believe I'm still on the right path because there are still a lot of places where somebody has macheted little trees. So somebody was keeping it kind of clear for some reason. It's my logic anyhow. Let me spin this around so you can see the rate that I'm going downhill now, and that's kind of pretty. Yep. That's what I'm headed down into now. It is more road-like again. Looks like a good crop of May apples forming, and some pretty wildflowers. Tell you, there's something about this no business area. I just love it. I'm fascinated by it. Maybe it was home for me in a previous life. Who knows? Called to it now, though. I love the sound of babbling waters. That's just an inviting little stream down there. I brought plenty of water, but if I run short, I know where I'm going back to. Man, I don't know if these are coming out or not. It's kind of hard to tell on this little viewfinder. So if I zoom in too much, I'm sorry. But this little mountainside is just full of beautiful little bluish purple wildflowers. I am not a flower person. So they're just flowers to me. Weeds sometimes. But my wife would be fascinated, I can tell you that. Look at this. Oops. Down this hillside too. Okay, so check this out. There's a little mountain feeder stream coming down from way up there. Ain't got a clue. I don't know the name of it and don't know where its source is. Pretty cute though, and you can tell sometimes it gets some pretty good water coming down it. And I am now standing on solid ground right here. See, there's my little feet. Well, not little. And it goes on to a bigger branch down below. Now I'm going to turn the camera back off for a second. I've got to show you this in two parts. Here we are on the side of that little road still. And I'll come around here a little bit better so you can see. That's pretty awesome though. There is the, sorry, my display keeps going out. I think it's the way the sun's hitting it. It's really, try not to move the camera and navigate this really steep. Look at this. Pretty ingenious, huh? And it's just stacked rocks. I have no idea when it was made. But the people who lived here shored up that way pretty well so they can make their road. And with the trees growing in it, you know, it's been quite some time. This whole area was abandoned by the 1950s, so it obviously hasn't taken on any maintenance in 70 plus years, maybe even way longer than that. So it's a pretty good feat, I think, for some mountain folks. They're definitely ingenious people. They figure out how to get by. I'm in this curious little spot. Could be nothing, it could be an overactive imagination, but there is this really long row of semi-stacked stones. Just walking the edge of the road there, and it kind of peters out right up here by these big heavy trees. You know, it could be maybe a retaining wall. to protect the road? I don't know. There is an abundance of piled stones all through here. Maybe it's part of an old quarry area? I don't know. Okay, I just can't. I couldn't leave all this different stacked stone site, so I'm looking around. There's that big jumble of stones. There's this big rock with some more stones laid out on it. There's this giant jumble of stones. And we are going uphill at a pretty good rate. Even a rolling stone don't stop like that. But I'm gonna go check this out because it just calls to me. Right over here. Looks very chimney-like, does it not? Let's go see. Okay. I have walked all the way around this thing and it's really hard to tell. But I think that would be the mouth right there of it, most likely. And it looks like it has caved in to the center and then filled up. That looks like the most logical place for a mouth. And then there's just more stacked stones. Matter of fact, one right here where I am standing now. And it goes up the hill to that high spot. Up the hill there to that big mossy spot and then back to here. And I ain't got a clue. But it's obviously man-made something. This is pretty cool. Wish I knew what it was though. That's going to be one of them questions I leave here with unanswered. So you don't see it when you're just walking down that little road because it's pretty level, pretty camouflaged, but maybe all them stacked stones back there, minus the one that looks like a chimney, because I still think that's a chimney, is part of their, for lack of a better way of describing it, public works. Because there is this, I can't get over there, there's this longer stretch of stacked stones shoring up the road, keeping it from eroding any worse than it could have down the hill. So maybe that is a reserve pile of rocks. Hard to tell nowadays. It's just hard to tell. Yeah, I do believe I am now down here in the no business bottomland again. And this, I think this is gonna suck. Yeah, I found it. Here's some more. I hope that's coming out. I can't see the viewfinder, and so I don't know, but I'm standing right on it. Some more. That rock wall. It's a pretty massive wall, really. Some of these stones are, shit, at least 3 feet wide. But that's got to be the old roadbed, and here's the retaining wall for it. And you know, just more impressed than I was half hour ago. Yep, here I am, down back to No Business Creek. You probably remember last October when I came down here with Papa and Carrie met us. We were just over there. We were wondering about some of this stuff right in through here. And man, that's some pretty clean water. If trout were more native here, I'd kind of look around in there. Anyhow, so this is the other side, and that's where I just came from, and then that big bluff up there is where all that, well actually that little valley right in there is what I came down. I don't know the name of the little feeder streamer, I tell you, but it's they had some high waters here too, so it looks a little swampier than it probably should, but there's that wall we've been following that guards the road. And then right here, here's where the road comes out. Ends right there at the river. I bet you there's a small ford. Yep, you can see it. See right over here as the ground tapers down, meets the creek on this side. I bet you they forded right here. Right there. Get from one side to the other. Well, I know that's what I'm going to do, but pretty little redbud tree. Some dogwoods are starting to flower back there too. It's an absolutely amazing day. Yeah. There's that rock wall. It's protected the road, which is right here where this big tree is, heading up the mountain. All right, we are now, let's see, back that way behind me is the Boyette farm and all that, and I've been there twice now. So I'm gonna follow no business downstream a ways. I'm gonna find me a place to make my lunch and get my shoes taken off, let them dry. The water wasn't terribly deep, but you know, maybe shin deep, mid shin. Suppose I could have found a more shallow spot, but I was never allowed to run around barefoot much as a kid. Therefore, I never, as an adult, really appreciated that. My feet aren't always the most toughest of things if it comes to walking across rocks and stuff. So, as much as I don't like walking around in wet boots either, it's what I'm going to do for a little bit. But I'm going to find me a spot where I can take them off, let them dry for a while, make me a lunch. Nothing fancy. Mountain House beef stew. Thank you very much, Bob. And kind of explore my way down here a ways. See what we find different from last year. So I am on the trying to think the name of the ridge. Anyhow, I am above the no business road on the side that would be closest to Kentucky. And not that I'm that close to it, but I just can't remember the name of the ridge up top. And I am on the hunt for Nancy Smith's grave. I do not know the Nancy Smith story at all, so I can't tell you that one back. And it seems to be, amongst my friends, a big deal to find it. So I would like to be able to do that. She's probably one of the earliest of the inhabitants in this no business area, and I can't say that with certainty, but I'm close. And then I ran across this big pile of rocks. Wish I could tell you what it was, but I have no idea other than a big pile of rocks. Now, this is where I had coordinates to for a Nancy Smith gravesite. I suppose a couple of these rocks here could be it. My actual coordinates ended at that big tree right there in the center of the screen. So I have circled here probably 40 feet, 50 feet all the way around it. And I am not seeing anything that resembles a headstone. So I think that might be another mystery still. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm on. It looks like one time could have been a road, and it could be just a flat spot on a hill. I just don't know. Yeah, I am about to give up on the Nancy Smith grave. I'm on a pretty cool part of the hillside, though. And there are just a few stones here and there places. The only one that stands out like it could be something is maybe this one. And I did not see any kind of scratchings or anything in it. And I'm not going to, just in case, I don't want to disrespect it or anything. But I would think if it's old, it would be embedded in the ground better than that. So anyhow, I don't want to disrespect it just in case, but I do not see much more of anything that would resemble a grave up here. So I think that one's going to have to be either somebody else's discovery or a different day. I've got to get back down that hill down there again and then get my feet dry. All right. Now this, I do not know how we missed in October. Maybe it's the color change or what, but and if you look over this way, now this tree right in front of the center screen, I'm going to step away from it just a little bit. Now, there's a chimney. And I don't know how we did not see this in October. There is all kinds of nice evidence of, man, wash bucket. There's some stones there. Now it looks kind of yard-like. Non-native plants for sure are a giveaway. From pictures I've seen, looks to me like maybe the Dewey slaving place. And Dewey was the last one to come out of no business in the mid-1960s, 64 I believe, but don't quote me on that one. But the few pictures I've seen of what his place looks like now, this could be it. Yeah. It looks like the chimneys on the that I've seen before. Wow. I'm going to mark this on my GPS for sure. But yeah, we never... Yeah. Flower garden. Looks like the outer foundation. Coming out to here. Yeah. before it's grown up, it was a real pretty place. Yeah, we just completely missed all this before. And it looks like the end of one foundation and the beginning of a second one, an outbuilding of some sort. More pieces of metal, maybe some roofing. Gonna walk through his flower garden and stuff. Quite a few daffodils, I think. Another big pile of stones. Huh. Yep. Galvanized sheet metal and buckets and stuff. Yeah, we just trudged right on by this. Didn't notice it a bit. I don't see how you can miss it now. Here's that old home again. Wow, it's kind of pretty with all the little flowers around it. But it's not a lot to kind of see with the camera here. So there's the original building right there, and then these pretty cool standing stones. Make up the back side of it. I've seen two pictures. One's private and one on the National Park Service website, but I do not know whose property it was. At one time, though, it was even a boarding house. So that's kind of cool. And the last time we were out here, I think we found this old stove. Somebody must have stove or a wash tub or something. We thought it was a stove at the time. They must have just got mad at it and threw it out of the building, I guess. I don't know. Anyhow, I just wanted to stop and revisit this one. Alright, and we are off again. Lunch is over with. Going in uncharted territory for me. I've not made it to the other side of this bridge yet. I'm going to try to hurry, though. It is 1:45 my time, 1:45 local time. I know I've got an hour plus drive back to the cabin. Oh, sorry, a little view of No Business Creek one last time. And I don't know how much more of a hike I have left. I know I have to climb through Mods Crack. I know. And then I think it's about a mile and a half across the ridge after that. I don't recall that being too hard of a hike. Go past the horse roadblock. But I am just now in uncharted territory, so I feel kind of rushed. More little stream crossings. Tell you though, it's been a pretty enjoyable day. I've had a good time. See, this one's springy. And we've got a little bit of everything. Bridge, some boardwalks, some stone steps. Kind of cool. Okay, so that's it right there. That's Mods Crack. Still gotta, I don't know, it's maybe 50 yards away. Still gotta work my way there. That little slit in between the two rocks, that's what we gotta go up through. Okay, I'm going to sit here for a few minutes. We are at the No Business Overlook, right outside of Mods Crack. So all that down there is No Business Creek drainage. I'm gonna get me a drink of water, catch my breath for a few minutes, and then head on. I've probably got 45 minutes or so to get back to the truck. I pretty much just got to follow that ridge out that way. One last look into No Business. All that beyond, the Kentucky border is just beyond that a little bit. Couldn't tell you exactly how far, but I just, for conversation, just call it just beyond what you can see, and then you're in Kentucky. Pretty awesome though, huh? Yeah, I'm about to the Terry Cemetery trailhead again. I'm probably just going to wrap this video up here. I know there's nothing else that we're going to see. Maybe them redbuds right there. They're awful pretty. But it's been a good day. Had a good opportunity to get out. Decent weather. I didn't see any critters really. Well, one turkey early. And that was when I was driving down here. But even better, I didn't see any people. Made quite a few new discoveries. I don't know if I kept up with my friends on the things that they found or not, but you know, I'm pretty good about today. It was a good day. So I think this one will probably be a long video, and I apologize. But I want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.